this video, we're going to break down why your Medspa has 200 5-star reviews and still doesn't show up in AI search. So we're going to first start with talking about what confuses most Medspa owners. So you might have 200 plus 5-star reviews, a busy clinic, still be invisible to AI and wonder why. And that's what we're going to break down in this video. To start off, owners assume that reviews means trust. While AI doesn't evaluate trust the same way humans do, popular does not mean safe to recommend. So humans need to see 1 to 3 touch points to build trust. This can be anything from a review to a local media mention to a case study, while AI needs to see 15 sources to build trust. So as you can see, that just multiplies those sources by 15 to 5x. Now, most Medspa owners think AI works in a different way than it actually does. They say, well, more reviews is a higher ranking. 5 stars means AI will trust me. Google is the be-all end-all. Well, in reality, it's not anymore. See, Google is being replaced by ChatGPT as we speak. There are 800 million searches per week on ChatGPT. Now, this is not just related to health. When it comes to health, it's 230 million people, not searches, people use ChatGPT per week for their health. That's million people. So it's replacing Google right now. People have an immense level of trust for AI. Now, why is this? Because people are using things like ChatGPT in their work. They're using it for their emails. They're using it for data analysis. They're using it in their personal life for grocery lists, travel plans, itineraries. They're using it for everything. So that builds a certain level of trust that humans now have with ChatGPT and other AI platforms. Meaning if they ask it for what's the best Medspa to go to, they're going to trust that result that it gives them versus Google just ranking a bunch of links. That's the big shift. So let's keep breaking down of how ChatGPT actually thinks about med spas. And it's no different than a human thinks. It's just more skeptical than a human is. So it's trying to avoid risk. It's saying, okay, this is going to deal with my appearance and my skin. If something goes bad, it's going to mess up how people perceive me. Patient safety. Will the person I recommend to go here feel safe being there? And will the procedure mess them up or make them look the best they've ever looked? Will our reputation as an AI be protected by recommending them to this med spa? Can we trust them? And am I aware of the liability this could present? So it obviously knows whenever you're dealing with people's appearance and their health, there is a liability there. AI is trying to reduce that liability. It's trying to gain trust in this med spa. And you have to think of it this way. These AI companies rely on users' trust. Because if users don't trust it, the user won't go to use that platform as much. And these AI platforms that are worth 9, 10, 11 figures rely on people using them. So people lose trust for them, they're losing millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. So they keep the trust in their responses to be top tier. Safety is all it cares about. Now the big problem with Google only reviews is that that's a red flag. It looks incomplete, looks risky, and it looks manipulated to AI. Because if your reviews are only coming from Google, it's very easy to buy only Google reviews. Whereas if you have reviews coming from Google, from Facebook, from your website, from Yelp, from whatever your industry source is, real self, those are more believable. Because you can't buy multiple different sources of reviews. Technically you can, but AI doesn't see it that way. This is why for our clients, I'd rather them have 50 reviews on each platform than 200 Google reviews, because it looks more real to the AI. Now I just mentioned my clients, that's because for Advera.app, my company, we do this for businesses. We basically rank them number 1 on ChatGPT, and we help them so they don't even have to worry about it. There's 7 steps to rank. We're going to break all of them down, but you can click on the link below or go to Advera.app and see those 7 steps as we're going through the rest of this video. So let's break down, what does AI expect in Medspa reviews? It's expecting multiple different platforms. It doesn't specifically have to be Yelp and Real Self. You definitely need Google. You need Facebook. You also need multiple other sources. because then it does not think these reviews are bought. If it's just on one of these sources, it thinks they're bought. Even if that's Google as your main source, if that's Facebook as your main source, it's going to think they're bought. You need them evenly distributed amongst all of these industry relevant sites. So review velocity, this is where most med spas lose. They have old reviews, they have gaps in their reviews, they have spikes, they get a bunch sometimes, they don't get as many other times, and there's not a consistent flow, which is what AI is looking for. It's very clear the pattern. If it spikes, you have a bunch, then you don't have any. Whereas if it's consistent, it's a consistent growth of reviews. Now I talk to a lot of people and they say, well, I can't get reviews, I don't constantly do it, it's just a pain, we're too busy. And that's why for our clients we do this review automation, where post-procedure, you send your client that came in an SMS or an email. You basically say, hey, thanks for coming in. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rank your appointment today? How would you rank your experience? They're going to answer either 1 to 3 or 4 to 5. They say 1 to 3, you say, thank you, we look forward to seeing you again. Leave it there. If they say 4 to 5, you send a review request. What does this do? This means you are only getting 4 and 5 star reviews for your business. And that means your reputation is going to go up. This is not just for Google reviews. This is for Facebook. This is for Yelp. This is for RealSelf. This is for any site you use for reviews. In Go High Level, which is what we use for our clients, you can go in and set up review request automations to do this workflow. Now, once you get reviews, it is key that you respond to reviews. A review is no good if it has no response. It doesn't look like you actually got the review. It looks like they're bought. And also, it doesn't show that you're up to date in your business. If you have a review from a month ago and no reply, it assumes that you're not actively maintaining parts of your business you should, and you're not a good business to recommend. Now, when I say respond to reviews, that obviously means positive reviews, but even more importantly, negative reviews. Because if a person comes to your business and they're not happy with the service, they're not happy with the quality of it, maybe they had a bad experience, you need to act like you care and make that right. Now, hopefully you do as a business owner, but even if you don't, act like you care, because it shows AI you take the initiative. When things aren't right, you try and make them right in your business. And that's going to do more for you than just a positive review. Now let's go back to breaking down why 5 stars doesn't mean authority. Because you can have a 5-star review saying great service or have vague praise and no outcomes. Whereas I would much rather have a 4.5 star review that is detailed than a weak 5-star review, because the signals are different. A thin signal is great review, while a thick signal is, I had really bad acne, I came in, while the procedure took a little longer than I thought, it cleared up my whole face. I've never had my face free of acne in my life before. That's a detailed review. That's going to pull people in more than great med spa. You see the difference. It's very clear. Now also, before and after photos, way better than just 5-star reviews, having actual photos. This is what they looked like before, this is what they looked like after. And you can ask for these. I would actually definitely ask for these, get permission. A lot of times if they're happy, they'll let you do it. You can also blur their face out and just show maybe the spot you cleared up. That works just as fine. Now testimonials, like I just said for the thick signal, this is key. You should be having testimonials placed on your website. You should have them in your reviews. You should make posts about them on your social media. That's only going to build more trust. Now, a lot of people I talk to say, well, we don't get that many reviews, and that's why I went over the automation. But the key thing to remember here is if you are a business growing at all, your reviews should increase for your clinic, because you're obviously seeing more new patients. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be growing. So as you see a new patient, you should be asking them for a review each time. Meaning every month you should be getting more reviews. This is how this cycles, and once you have the proper automations in place, it becomes very lucrative. You're getting a lot of reviews on autopilot. Now you may be in that boat already where you automatically ask for reviews after someone comes in and is satisfied. But if it's all on one platform, all you need to do is plug in different platforms and you'll get cross-platform reviews, which is the key we're looking for here. Now, strong Medspa reviews look like this to AI. It mentions the procedure, mentions the concern or fear, mentions the result, and mentions the provider or clinic. So instead of someone leaving a review saying, hey, I had a great experience, this is the stick signal we're looking for. It's saying, hey, I had really bad acne before I came in. I did their proprietary rinse to results system where they flushed out all the acne on my face and cleared it up. The result is I now don't have any acne on my face. My face is clear. Initially, I had the concern it was going to hurt and it was going to take a long time, but it really didn't take that long. It ended up only being an hour. I only had to come in once, and now my face is completely clear. Dr. Smith made this the easiest procedure possible. That covers all of these bases and will be great service any time of the day when it comes to reviews and the weight of those reviews. Because it's not just, do you have a 5-star review? It's the weight the actual review holds. And AI is going to measure that. It can interpret the weight of those reviews, and it does on a daily basis. So once you have good reviews, all ways lead to trust. Every part, anybody who sees it, they believe it, that's more trust. AI sees it, it believes it, that's trust. Anyone who might be an investor looking to invest or purchase your Medspa sees that as a trust factor. There's no downside to having better reviews. Now, reviews are just one layer. So this is the key pivot. Reviews aren't the whole picture. Authority stacks matter. So, reviews support trust. That alone doesn't create it. Meaning, reviews are one piece of the pie you need to have, but if you don't have these other steps, you won't have the trust you need to rank number 1 on AI. So this is the 7 steps you need. Once again, these are on our website at vera.app. But these are the 7 steps you need to rank number 1 completely. Actually, before I break these down, these aren't just for AI. They happen to be what ranks you number 1 on AI in your business. But these are just to look good to any human. This is only going to benefit your business when these implement, and arguably you should be implementing these. So the first step is to perfect your Google business profile. What does this mean? This means filling out every field it gives you. A lot of them are optional. You still need to have them filled out so it sees that you've taken the initiative and are a legit business. Think of this like your ID. You can't get into a bar unless your ID says you're 21 or above. Same with your Google business profile and when it comes to ranking on AI. If it's not perfect, it won't even let you in. It doesn't matter how good anything else is. You just need to have a perfected Google business profile. The second one is to build a cross-platform review strategy. Like we went over, we want to have multiple different sources of reviews so it doesn't think we bought and are trying to game the system. The third step is to lock your name, address, and phone consistency. Now this is so specific as if your phone number starts with 919, on Google and on Facebook your phone starts with a parentheses 919, it will not see you as a legitimate business because it gets confused why there's the same business having a different phone number on 2 different sources, and it's not going to trust you as much. Whereas you can just have a master name, address, and phone number, and all of your company knows, hey, anywhere we list a phone number, we put a parentheses around it. It's a very easy thing to set up, but the initial step is to have a 30-day audit. So what you're going to do is on every platform you're on, and if you have a marketing team, tell them to do this. You can honestly just tell them to go to advera.app, see these 7 steps. It's completely free. If I refresh the page, you'll see you don't enter an email or anything. It's completely free. They can go do a 30-day audit and look at everywhere your business name, address, and phone is on the internet. I mean every account, every directory, anywhere it's listed, and make sure it is consistent with what you want that name, address, and phone to be across the internet. Now the fourth step is to secure local media and digital PR. I've made videos breaking down how to get these and the importance of them, but it's another trust factor. If people see you in news articles around your area, they're going to trust you. And if you don't think you're newsworthy, Give an educational story. Become the expert in your field. You can tell people how to keep clear skin in the winter or in the summer, depending on the season. Give that to a writer near you in a local media station. Get them to publish the story. You're now the expert. That's another piece that AI sees and trusts you even more. The fifth step is to inject AI readable schema to your site. Tell your developer to do this. Basically, it allows AI to scan your website faster and know what different parts of your website are. Meaning, if it looks at your website, it can find out where your case studies, where your reviews are, where your services you offer are. And it can do all of those a lot faster. When it can do it faster, it's going to recommend you faster. Step 6 is to flaunt your case studies and testimonials. This is basically putting them on your website, having dedicated web pages to your case studies and testimonials, posting them on social media so people see these. When people are seeing your stuff, AI is finding your stuff. That's key to remember. The seventh step is to monitor, optimize, and defend this monthly. So AI results will change daily. Continuous post checks ensure you remain the default recommendation. So this is key to remember. Basically, if you're not ranking now, the easiest way to rank is to find the number one person in your location, in your industry. So look up best med spas in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Raleigh, North Carolina. And then see what the guy at number one's doing. See how many reviews he's getting. See what his name, address, and phone are across platforms. I bet it's more consistent than your business. See how many local media mentions he's getting a month. See how many case studies he has and where they're being displayed. And then you copy what he's doing. If you want to rank above him, do more reviews. Get more reviews each month. Get more local media mentions. Have more case studies. It's a very simple math of basically copying what the person who's succeeding is doing and doing more volume. Now let's go into why most med spas get stuck here. They know all of this information, but then they get focused on treatments. They're a business owner. They are focused first on treatments, second on improving their business. Marketing becomes reactive and not proactive. Reviews aren't systematized. They have to request them manually each time. And then platforms get ignored. So usually you become this guy right here trying to balance all of these plates yourself. And then one falls and they all fall. And so then you have to only focus on treatments and you're back to spinning one plate. That just doesn't work out. And so when you're busy, a lot of times this gets put on the back burner. The only thing is, when you are not consistent with trying to rank on AI, you will not rank on AI. Consistency is key here. So here's the reality. AI isn't Google. Trust is a multi-source thing for AI to find. It takes 15 sources, remember that. Recency matters. You have to be up to date, and authority compounds. So if you ideally start ranking, AI will become your biggest referral source, and it's going to make you a lot of money. The question is how many reviews you have. The question isn't how many reviews you have, it's whether AI feels safe sending patients to you. If you can gain AI's trust and safety, AI will become that referral source that makes you thousands of dollars each and every month. No different than what you're already doing, it's just adding a component to it. Now once again, this video is not just to bore you about AI. This is to show you what you should already be doing in your business. And if you're not, to bring light to the fact that it will only improve your business even if you don't care about AI at all. Now once again, I run Advera.app. It's our done for you offer. We do exactly what I went over for you, with you for businesses. There's a link here to book a call. There's also one here and here. If it interests you, you want to talk about how your practice can be ranked number one, click the link, book a meeting. I'll hop on a call with you, talk about how you can do that. If you want us to rank you number one, we can do that as well. But I hope this video was helpful. Comment any questions you have down below, and hopefully you see the importance of ranking number one on AI now.